Like, share, subscribe and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Epic.
I just find the story fascinating every time I sort of hear it. Even now, then it became an art. After a point in time, the women used to sajao the dumplings, make them look all nice. So dulhan ki tarah sajane lag gaye dumpling ko. But the objective was very simple. The objective was making a one bowl meal that saves time, which is very relevant even today. So what I have here is dal. And I'm going to make the dulhans. What I have taken here is germinated ankurit ragi ka aata. Yeah? Germinated ragi flour, which is extremely nutritious and which also is great for the gut, easier to digest. I have a dough here which is equal quantities of millet flour and equal quantities of atta. And I'm going to make one filling for the dulhan in this case, which technically is, probably you could call it an Italian ravioli, which is sun-dried tomatoes. सब लोग बड़े दूर हैं ना. Chopped basil, some ricotta. You could also use paneer. I'm using ricotta. वरना आप कहेंगे रणवीर पनीर यूज करके चला गया. कहानी जो है वो एक वन बोल मील की एक इंटरेस्टिंग रेसिपी की है जो हमारे कल्चर में हमेशा से दाल रोटी का कॉम्बिनेशन जो है ना, दाल चावल दाल रोटी, इट्स सो इंडिया. You see it as dal dhokli somewhere, you see it as dal roti somewhere, you see it as dal churma somewhere, you see it as dal ki dulhan somewhere. It's all there, It's the idea is to celebrate that combination. All good things start with ghee. If somebody thinks otherwise, please send them to me. So I'm going to give a quick tadka to the dal. Just basic jeera, cumin. On the other side, I'm heating up a pan and grating some parmesan into it. And there goes the dal. Thinning it down with some water because जैसे आप उसमें डो डालेंगे तो गाढ़ी हो जाएगी ना अपने आप. On the other side, this is the parmesan. Just trying to make a crisp. I'm going to sprinkle some chili, some herbs. Lovely. Now let's quickly do the dumplings. I'm just hoping the table doesn't break. You could do the same thing with besan also. You could do the same thing with atta that is gundhod in the same dal. So the idea is very simple. You keep it as raw, as rustic as you can. It is a dish जिसका presentation उसकी rusticness है. इसका presentation इसकी finesse नहीं है. So we'll try and keep it as raw and rustic as possible. We have this cutter. Then just a little bit of the filling. And you can fold it any way you want. I simply fold it like this. है नहीं कुछ खत्म हो गया, घर जाने का टाइम हो गया. And now we just drop all these into our dal. Chana is not normally the preferred dal here. You'd use a lighter dal. You'd use probably a toor and a moong combination. Again, the idea is this is a good lunch dish. Here you are. And that is your crisp that you made with the parmesan. कुछ नहीं किया मैंने, सिर्फ नॉन स्टिक पैन पे parmesan ग्रेट किया है, कोई चीटिंग नहीं करी, सब सामने सामने किया. If you want to give it a rough shape, you can. If you don't want to, you don't need to. I'm just giving it a rough shape considering some of you would be taking pictures. So in a world where taking pictures is really important, you can give it a rough shape. That is all. Cover and cook and get ready for the plating. If you want, you can also poach it separately, keep it on the side. मतलब अगर आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं मेरे को पहले से बना के रखनी है, you can poach your dhoklis or your dulhans in water, keep them on the side, add them later, completely and totally your call. आप में और दुल्हन के बीच में नहीं आऊँगा मैं. नाखून से बनने वाला pasta, smaller pastas that are dried around the Konkan, rice-based pastas. We have our own tradition of pastas that we don't speak about. It is just that we're discovering them now, fortunately, thanks to when we had to travel hyperlocally because we were stuck in our homes in COVID. But they've always existed, right? They've existed across the world. As long as there has been water and flour, there has been dough. And as long as there has been dough, there have been pastas and flatbreads and everything that you know. It's just been called differently, doesn't really make it different. All right. Let's plate. There you are. So we have the good-looking dulhan. Again, don't overdo the salt because there's parmesan is salty. You could use ghee, you could use chili oil. Parmesan crisp to garnish. और हमारा प्रिय मित्र धनिया. Just because you're in a fancy restaurant, some fancy flowers.